Hey, yo, what it do? This is Remy Please of Flight Room TV. This is another episode of the fifth quarter, episode 12. I'm with Keys, I'm with C Mo, I'm with Lighthouse. And we are 1 week removed from Super Bowl 55.
It's crazy.
Right.
You said AKA the what? Hey, you know what that also means? Man, ain't no more football. Yes. Ain't no more football, yo.
Yeah. I ain't expect them to get dumped off like this.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, that was the biggest difference of the game. It was that defense, that Tampa Bay defense. You know, I think that was what separated, because Kansas City, I mean, their defense isn't as strong as Tampa Bay, and we saw that. It was evident throughout the whole game. Mahomes was running for his life the whole game, you know. So, you know, it's kind of a shame, but you know, it is what it is. You know, Tampa Bay was the stronger team, you know, overall. So, you know, and that's what showed on the field.
Yeah, and we sat here and called that shit last week.
Yeah, they weren't playing that complimentary football, so they got that ass beat. I don't think the Chiefs, like, their defense has really been tested just because their offense is so fucking good, you know. So the offense put up 50, 70, 80 points a game, you know what I'm saying? So the defense can pin their ears back every game or whatever during the season and just go after it. But,
yep.
You know, they met that match this past week. They definitely met that match. They're a better defense and a better offense. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with the Chiefs. They ain't shit done.
But what does this say? Does this I know Mahomes is still young, he early in his career, but is this a blemish on his overall his reputation? You know what I'm saying? Like, golden child, but you know, he didn't really show up in on the biggest stage. Yeah, he already has a ring, you know what I'm saying? So we can't take that away from him. But like, is this a blemish on his overall reputation? What y'all think?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I
It's
don't think so
crazy.
either, but yeah, I don't think so either. But you know, it's always gonna be those people out there, like, as soon as somebody take their first big L, it's like, oh, does this affect their legacy? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to pose that question to y'all to see what y'all, you know, if y'all thought there was anything wrong with it. But to be completely honest, I don't even think Mahomes played bad at all. Like, yeah, his numbers didn't look good. He threw 2 picks, but he was still making some spectacular almost plays, like shit that only Mahomes would make. You know, like, you can see that either way in a loss, you clearly saw that was like the best talent, you know what I'm saying, on the field. So it was still something to see. And then, you know, we even mentioned Tom Terrific and shit yet. You know, he got number 7, you know, so like, you know, does he stamp that GOAT conversation? Is he, you know, number 1, no questions asked, greatest of all time, any sport?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Not of any sport. No, not at all.
He's not the GOATest GOAT.
As a quarterback position, yeah, the quarterback position, I'll give him that, but not of, yeah.
He's not the GOAT.
Yeah.
I mean, he was super efficient. 21 for 29, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, they kind of play with, like, I guess, pretty short fields. They got the running game going.
Yeah.
I mean,
execution.
He was trolling on his Instagram saying, like, y'all can't talk about me being assistant quarterback anymore. But yeah, I mean,
no, man.
Last week, I mean, no, or 2 weeks ago, we said, is like, why can't we say he's the GOAT? And I said, if he wouldn't have shown, he the GOAT. Like, I have no problem now saying, you know, in the National Football League, as a quarterback, because I think it's kind of difficult to compare a quarterback to a defensive lineman. You know, quarterback to, it's like the ultimate team sport. So people have fortunate not playing with, you know, the best coach in the game for 20 plus years. So yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as like Mahomes, that is not like, no, he was the only one. He was the only one balling for real. It was like him and Kelsey. They was the only one balling. Defense was getting gashed. The O line was atrocious, and that, I mean, it also just made me realize like how close the Redskins came to, you know, being in a close game with the Buccaneers with pretty much a makeshift offensive line with a 4-string quarterback. Like shit, it makes you wonder if we didn't match up with Tampa Bay, how far we would have gotten in the playoffs.
I told y'all, y'all niggas was holding y'all on out that joint.
Yeah.
Look, that Super Bowl was more of a that wasn't a defense wins championships type of Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know what else is.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because that just goes to show you, like, to hold the fucking Chiefs to 9 points, bro. Come on, yo. Like, what is we talking about? Like, either there was some excellent game planning, or them cats just came to play, cause
yeah.
I mean, they was out there making plays. Yeah,
they bullied them. They were just beating them up. Like that's really what was going on.
You say, man, took the deuce at Tyreek Hill though.
Yeah, and then they said Mahomes was pressured like 22 times compared to Brady's like 4. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I saw some stat that said he ran like 500 yards or some shit like that behind the line.
Right side to line.
Side to sideline. That man was running for his life the whole game. Like,
right.
You know, that shit was crazy.
And the crazier part was that even like you was absolutely right, Reds. When we finished playing them, I just felt like they was gonna win the Super Bowl. I was like, yo, our defensive line, the way that they handled our defensive line, I was like, you know what, something's up, because Brady wasn't throughout the whole year. Brady was, you know what I'm saying, they were the losses that they had, Brady was on his back. You know what I'm saying? And something happened when he probably went to those guys like, look, nigga, I got 6 of these bitches already, okay? I got 6 Super Bowls, and guess what? All of them, I was standing upright. If you protect me and you keep me clean, I'm going to get you the ring, cuz. And guess what? Boom. That's exactly what happened. Against our defensive line?
Right.
Yeah. They was on a mission.
And I feel like
he got more rings than any organization.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. But
that's crazy.
I feel like the Chiefs really didn't commit to the run either. Like they started the game shotgun. I mean, with that offensive line, like why not, you know, give them the motivation to run somebody over, and you know. But I don't know. I think it's the coaches out coached themselves, or maybe they had too much going on personally and, you know, behind the scenes. But
yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, and don't you think at that moment? I feel like the moment the game was over was when Tyrann Mathieu got hit with that pass interference, and then whatever that little exchange he had with Tom Brady, and then like after that, if you looked at the sideline, the nigga was just having a meltdown. Like he was just like I remember before halftime, he was on the sideline like just going off. I mean, not before halftime, before the commercial break. Commercial break come back, that nigga still on the sideline going off. Like I feel like he lost his head at that moment, you know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of it was that was a horrible call. That was a horrible call, dog, in my opinion. But you know,
so what, Corey?
I can see why he was pissed.
I said, did y'all hear why him and Tom Brady was arguing?
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I believe it.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
They said he was saying some racial shit. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it.
Oh no, not that. No, what I heard, what I seen was Matthew. He was talking shit when he caught that pick or whatever, and that shit got called back. And Tom Brady was like, "All right, I'm gonna throw at your side all motherfucking night, nigga." He said, "I'm gonna throw over there all night, early and often, dog."
That's what I heard.
I think that pick that got called back did him in. Like that Tyrann Mathieu pick, because I think that ended up being that same drive, and when they called the pass interference in the end zone, like right before half, and I think that jump probably did do them niggas in.
Yeah. Well, it was entertainment at the
Tom
most.
Brady get the GOAT title though. Yeah, it was.
Oh, you give it to him now, Corey?
Too bad we couldn't get up. He got it for the QB. He got it for QB, but not for out of all sports. You know what I'm saying? He got it. He definitely got that joint for QB. No, hands down.
Okay. Well,
and then Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, right.
So, hey, Corey, you think Ben Roethlisberger gonna be first ballot Hall of Famer?
I think so. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't see why not.
He gotta be.
They're
Yeah.
making
I mean, he got
Drew
the
Brees. They up to Drew
definitely got
Brees
the
and them type.
stats.
I
Big
Yeah,
Ben
he
is
said Big
definitely
Ben.
a first round.
This
Big Ben without a
man
doubt.
just threw for 500 yards in a loss against the Browns.
mm. What do y'all guys say about this year's Hall of Fame class, 2021 Hall of Fame star-studded class?
Yeah, this is a really good class.
You
I
got the
ain't
list?
gonna lie.
Yeah,
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
put
lie.
a list up. I ain't been paying attention.
I think my favorite player on here, it's got to be Megatron.
yeah. It's just crazy because it
you
don't
got
feel
my
like
man Alan Faneca.
it don't feel like it's been 10 years. Like 10 years to wait, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it don't
Yeah.
feel like 10 years, bro.
Yeah, not for Megatron. No, I don't.
especially for John Lynch. Like, god damn, like
Right, because
It's
Matt
been a while for
Stafford.
him.
It feel like Matt Stafford been playing for 10 years?
Nah, it can't be 10 years, yo, because Peyton on here, man.
all right, so maybe it's 7.
I don't know.
Ain't it 6 years after you retire? But ain't that the age for when you can get in the Hall of Fame? I think it's 6 years, right?
Or maybe just nice.
Retire.
If we just nice to put you on there.
You stupid, all right.
If you just nice, we just slide you in. Nah, I don't know. Shit. I know
This
Alan
nigga Peyton Manning had 14 seasons with 4,000 yards passing.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's
It's a-
stupid.
It's 5 years.
5 years? Okay.
Okay. This nigga had 14 seasons with 4,000 yards or more passing. Wow.
Yeah, he wasn't fucking around.
Mine's Charles Wilson, you know?
Yeah, he's my favorite to watch.
That
And
Rose Bowl.
Yeah, and he should have had a Super Bowl ring too. I mean, well, he does have a Super Bowl ring, but he should have had that tuck rule. That initial tuck rule fucked him up way back when.
Raven, yep.
Who was that? Rich Gannon?
Yes.
God damn. Rich Gannon's still getting burned.
There's a lot of ties in that because he's been introduced and he played against Tom Brady, and then Lynch was and you know what I mean. And then Peyton Manning is like Brady's like arch nemesis. There's a lot of ties in the show.
Yep.
Yeah, my favorite player out. My favorite player out of this group is probably Charles Wilson as well, just because all the way back to the Michigan days and how I remember back when he was with the Raiders, like he had probably one of the most popular jerseys in the league at one point.
Hell yeah.
I just remember a lot of people used to
Hell
wear
yeah, that's
jersey at
21.
one point. Yeah, 24. It was 24, right?
24 with the Raiders.
24, yeah, that's right.
24 with the
you
Raiders.
right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then, but I say another dude is John Lynch. I used to fuck with John Lynch because he was probably one of the hardest hitters in the league. And he was one of those hitters like it used to like stand out on screen, you know what I'm saying? So I used to fuck with John Lynch a lot. And just like he was just that one white dude that was like, used to play with on Madden and shit on defense. You know what I'm saying? Because he was one of the hardest hitters. So I used to like fucking with John Lynch. So but yeah, man, like this is a really star-studded class though right here. With Peyton Manning, Charles, these are all people we grew up on pretty
Right,
much,
yeah.
I will say that John Lynch, you don't think that he might be the product of a vicious ass defense though? I mean, that defense was ridiculous that he was on. Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp,
he was considered like one of the guys on that defense though. But I mean, you could be right. Because I'm giving you my perspective from when I was a kid. Like all I saw was
I get it.
striking. Like that's all I was looking at. You know. So, but you could be right. You could be 100% right. You could be 100% right. So.
Oh man, yeah, I get that. Trust me.
It was John Lynch and Jason Sehorn is the only white boys that was holding it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, back then, yeah. And then I don't think there's been a white corner since. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. Not at all. Oh no, Troy Apke.
Quit.
Troy Apke. Now he is safety. They be white safeties. They be out there.
Yeah. Because the dude from Minnesota, he tough.
Hey.
Oh yeah,
He the best one. Yeah. Harrison Smith, he a beast. Like he one of the better safeties in the league.
Calvin
But he also
Johnson.
like 6'3", 220, some shit, 225.
Right. And
Didn't Calvin Johnson have like a stretch where he had like multiple, is it 200-yard games and then like a 300-yard game?
Oh, you know he had a 300-yard game.
Yes.
You already knew that.
That was a good size, right?
Yep.
That was against y'all, yeah.
That nigga
that was the one. That was crazy.
Yeah.
This nigga had
That game
11,000 yards receiving. 11,000 yards receiving. That's ridiculous.
And 6,000
And I
against
think
us. in one game.
he's one of 3 players. He's one of 3 players to make the Hall of Fame like under 35 or something like that. Crazy shit.
He
averaged 122 yards in the 2012 season.
He was 6'5", Simo.
Hey, Detroit be fucking some careers up, yo.
Yeah, man. Why is there so many though?
Be wasting like Hall of Fame talent all the time. Like how you got Barry Sanders and Calvin and Johnson ain't got nothing to show for them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why Matt Stafford was like, nah, I ain't about to be third on this list, nigga. Like, I'm out.
Right.
Fuck that shit. Like, I'm trying to get up out of here.
Is there anybody on here you think shouldn't be on here?
I can't really say too much about. Like,
nah, I can't really argue.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about the Drew Pearson and all those other.
Wait, is Marvin Harrison?
Alan Faneca used to be like on all them like all Madden teams. I remember
all
that
shit. Every year.
I remember that. Yeah.
Every goddamn year.
That. Yeah, that's why I remember him from too.
We used to have them.
Drew we didn't want to pay him, so he rolled out of Pittsburgh.
Wait, is Marvin Harrison in the Hall of Fame yet?
Wasn't he last year?
I think so.
He was okay. I'm about to say, how the fuck? All right.
Drew Pearson, one of them original 88s from the Cowboys. Just throwing that out there.
Whoopie do.
Fuck that.
Yep.
All right. So another, think from our childhood or coming up is EA Sports has announced that they're bringing back NCAA football.
Thank God.
What does that mean to you? Exactly. What does that mean to the kids? What does that mean to,
Man, what does it mean for college football in general? That shit is huge, yo.
As far as recruiting, like you can use that as a tool.
Man, the first thing I'm doing is creating myself.
So you can like bring them through the ranks and shit.
Exact, and then upload them onto the Madden, and I'm going from there.
Yeah. That used to be my move back in the day. I used to recruit players and move them all the way up through college, all the way up to the NFL. Like that was like my shit. And NCAA for some reason, like I remember, like I feel like Madden's popularity kind of died a little bit, but I feel like back in the day when Madden's popularity was at its highest, like NCAA was my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I used to be, man, I know y'all niggas used to remember me playing that shit on the couch all the time in college.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Doing that shit for hours, nigga. Like that shit was my shit.
That was Alex too. I used to stay playing that shit.
It's gonna be interesting because I think
Alex too, I remember.
Like how like we do like story modes now. Like I think they really gonna like enhance that whole like mode.
It's on and popping with that. Yeah, I think they said something like they're not gonna try to do likenesses of players this year for the jump for 21. But I feel like they're definitely gonna have to. But I mean, I think they did that before, but that's how we was able to like download. It was like ways that you could download the rosters and download everything and get everything. But I think that's about to be a whole new ball game now, because especially with the athletes being able to be compensated, not necessarily this year or whenever they start working on that. But I know like Maryland and it's like some other schools that just opened up a little partnership with a company called like Open Doors. And that's supposed to be like a marketing agency that helps you market your likeness to other to outside entities. And I don't know if it works. Like I don't know if it's going to help you for like your collegiate level, but I definitely know it's supposed to help you for boosting your brand and boosting your awareness and your likeness for when you do transition to the pro level.
That's gonna be like a whole nother market.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's gonna. Yeah.
It's been 8 years since the last one, and they originally pulled the shit because NCAA was getting sued for not distributing funds and shit. So
Yeah. I also hope the same thing that they did with Madden, where they have like it's called Madden Ultimate Team. I hope they do the same thing with them as well, like going back to be able to play to
that'll be
have a
tough.
Charles Woodson or like a Reggie Bush, like going back and creating a like an all pro team. And like you had to like win games to win cards and coins to buy a Reggie White when he was in college, or like a Calvin Johnson when he was you know what I'm saying, something like that. It just make it a lot more interesting. Play with the greats,
Motherfucking dynasty mode.
Can you imagine playing with Michael Vick when he was at Virginia Tech? Oh my god.
Well, shit, Barry Sanders at Oklahoma State.
Exactly. That shit would be
Adrian
too fun.
Peterson at Oklahoma. That'd be fucking crazy.
Percy Harvin.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I got one. Fucking Steve Slayton and Noel Devine at West Virginia. Them niggas too.
Who else was on that team?
Yeah.
Jock
West
Sanders.
Virginia.
And, yeah.
Was Pat White on that team?
Yep.
That was tough. That was
We
Rich
had Pat White
Rodriguez.
for a little bit, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
Rich Rodriguez at
Rich
offense.
Rodriguez. And then he went to Michigan, and that's Denard Robinson right here in the corner. And that's when he went
Then
off
he
there.
went to Arizona. Yeah,
Yep.
that was the bid. Yep. Then he went to
Off
Arizona.
Sean
And then
Taylor
who's
at the U.
Rich Rodriguez with now?
I remember
I think he was at Utah
I
or some shit
remember
like that. Arizona.
Yeah.
All the U players from back in the day. You say what?
But are they gonna have like all the jerseys and shit? That's what's gonna make people. They gonna see themselves in jerseys and shit.
Yeah. That's gonna make it. I mean, I think it's good. I think it's good for college football in general because ain't nobody allowed at the stadiums. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it'll try to, push some type of life back into it. I don't know, but I think it's a good move though, especially for EA.
It's in the fucking game, baby.
Yep.
You think this is COVID related and the need for money?
It could be. It could be. Also, could be because
like COVID pushed the culture forward.
I think sports probably pushed it.
Yeah,
they probably look, we'll pick up some lawyer fees for y'all so I can beat this case and we all can eat.
Yeah,
but,
it's tough to do college though without some type of funds. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
gonna
tough.
need like a whole team just to break down the money. So
yeah, it's tough. That's tough, yo.
And then you probably gonna have like trials on who I didn't get my said money. Like it's gonna be a mess moving forward for real.
Yeah, especially all they got and that's what I love about that shit. That they had every single university on that bitch. Every college was on that motherfucker. Except Bowie State.
Hey, just so you know, Bowie State has moved up on the rankings. Bowie State is now accessible when you do create your My Player in Madden.
Oh, really?
That is true. Nah, it's been Bowie State been on there ever since what's his name went to the league? Since Isaac Raymond went to the league. Like because when he was on Madden, then ever since he went to the league, then Bowie State became a choice.
Tyson.
And what was that? What, 07?
Probably. I don't remember.
Like 07,
09,
06, 07.
Like that. Yeah. 08, 09.
I remember that. Yeah.
Well, speaking about colleges and expectations, who do y'all have as the biggest bust? I don't have the graphics on here, so y'all just gotta kick them out there. Who do y'all have the biggest bust in sports history? B.
All right.
Yeah, so, Brian, I feel like you got some shit.
All right, so look. I'm emotionally attached to this. And I'm gonna say RG3, and here's why. I feel as though I think as every Redskins fan, we put our eggs in one basket. And when we put our eggs in that basket grew and it grew and it grew. And this is all in one season, okay? For him to go from RG3, the chant, I don't give a fuck what stadium you went to, whether he was home or away, there was an RG3 chant, even from other fans.
Right. Yeah.
to go from that to, I mean, just a complete flame out. And guess what? And I'm not saying that this is completely on him. It's not 100% his fault. It's not. But at the same time, the question is, I mean, he is a bust. And I feel as though, like, to me, it goes down in history as one of the biggest, like, rises to falls of all time. Because I mean, the path that guy was on, from commercials to being the face of not only just the Redskins at that time, but the face of the NFL.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He went from being that
30 for
guy.
30. His 30 for 30 going crazy.
But he balled though. He balled. I can't say he's like the biggest bust in history, but he balled though. He balled though. I would say like a Vince Young.
Vince Young, but they went to the playoffs and shit.
Man, but he just it wasn't like your boy G3 got injured. G3 got injured, and again, like Brian was saying, you can't put it all on him, because after the injury, then there was like coaching decisions and shit that was fucking his career up anyway with the Redskins or whatever. Vince Young, I think he had some fucking mental issues going on, and I forgot his name. Who they drafted for the Raiders?
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah. I would put them those two at least higher on the bus list.
I like how everybody's saying running quarterbacks. Like that should make you or break you. I had Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf is the biggest bust.
Ooh, Middle Tennessee State.
Yeah, because he just had all the hype, and like you could say RG3, but this nigga was rookie of the year, set the league on fire. Vince Young, got into the playoffs, even though it was like ugly. He got into the playoffs. Ryan Leaf, this nigga first year threw 2 touchdowns and 15 interceptions and played 10 out of the 16 games.
Damn, boy.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
Next. That's what they said. So that as soon as the last game was played, they was like, next.
Like, how do you even like roll with that?
Hey, but how much time would
he was out the league in 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So let's 3. But how much time would you give a quarterback anyway to call him a bust? Because I think the next,
and he was throwing, his completion percentage was 45%, bro.
Yeah, but I think the problem with Ryan Leaf was that he was playing bad, and he had like mental issues. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell he used to like lose his cool. He used to flip out. Like you can tell the pressure was causing him to crumble. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like with all that shit combined together, I feel like that kind of made him a bust. And I mean, why he didn't last that long in the league? I think he couldn't handle it mentally. But yeah, I do agree. And even on the RG3 thing, I know what you're trying to say, Brian. I think, Brian, you're not saying he's a bust like he wasn't good in the short time he was. You're saying it from like how good he should have been or could have been, like the hype around him, the how high of a stage he was on, and you know what I'm saying? Like it was a RG3 mania. Then that shit just went like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what you're saying, but I wouldn't say he was a bust just because of the injuries. I think the injuries, and I think the dysfunction around the organization. It was a lot of bullshit that happened with that situation. But I do agree with you as far as like how fast that nigga fell. Like that shit is damn near movie worthy in my opinion. Like they can make a movie about that nigga. Like that shit was crazy. But as far as biggest bust, I agree with that. Jamarcus Russell. The reason why I agree with Jamarcus Russell is because that nigga has probably one of the strongest arms I've ever seen. I remember it was one play where he like where it was like they were showing highlights. He was like on his knees and he like threw the ball like 80 fucking yards or some crazy shit. And he was like, damn, this nigga, you know what I'm saying, about to be like the next big, like a mutant, you know what I'm saying? And then he turned out to be that. So that nigga, yeah. So I do agree with that. But it's so many. It's so many. You can keep going.
And that's with Jamarcus is stupid though. It's like he just didn't want to learn the fucking playbook. That was the Bama where I guess the coach had gave him a tape or something to watch or whatever. And he came back and said, "How much? So what was the plays? What did you learn?" He was like, "Oh yeah, I got this shit or whatever." And it wasn't shit on that motherfucking tape.
Blank tape. Yeah.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
Like, dog.
I got it.
That's unbelievable.
I like to throw Kwame Brown out there too. Just throw some basketball people. Kwame Brown was definitely a big time bust. No.
Yeah, I got my biggest bust is Anthony Bennett. Number 1 pick for the Cleveland Cavaliers a couple years ago. Was it 2013? And then they end up averaging 4 points a game in the league. And he flamed out of the league probably in 3 or 4 seasons.
Did you say 4 points?
I think he ended up going to like the G League after being the first pick, and then was out the league after going to the G League. You know what I'm saying? This nigga like went from number 1 pick to the G League to out the league. Like that's crazy.
What about Greg Oden?
Yeah, Greg Oden was a bust. He was a bust.
Yeah, he was a bust. He had a lot of injury issues too, but he didn't really do nothing either. Even outside the injuries, he didn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, the other one I got too is Shaggy Morrison. Adam Morrison.
Yeah, he was a bust.
He got a lot of hype, man. That nigga made it to the 3rd pick.
Hey, that nigga
he got picked by Michael Jordan.
Right.
That nigga used to another Michael Jordan pick.
Like Kobe Brown. Yeah.
That nigga used to ball in Gonzaga, and you couldn't tell nobody he wasn't the 6'8" the next coming of Larry Bird coming in with 6'8" could shoot that jump.
One more. Achilles Smith. He was a bust.
Ooh, yeah.
Damn.
Because he's supposed to be like, that next and breed of running pass type quarterback. Had a great pro day. And I didn't know this until I looked it up today. The Saints was about to make that trade. Mike Ditka and Ricky Williams, like the 3 first-round picks. It was supposed to go to Cincinnati, and they declined the shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not to get dark or anything, but did y'all hear that Travaris Jackson died in like a car crash?
What?
Damn.
Yeah. Today, either today or yesterday.
Like last year. Like a year ago.
I thought. Maybe I was.
I'm just learning.
I thought it was today. I was. I thought it was today. Man, my bad.
No, that was at least a year ago, or like close to
that was
a year
April 12th last year.
God damn. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what else.
Speaking of Ricky Williams, would you consider Ricky Williams a bust?
Nah, because
Ricky Williams ran for 2,000 yards in 1 year.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying,
Don't
my
do
man
that.
wanted to rush tired to smoke the bud or whatever. He's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, he just retired early.
Yeah.
Shit.
I always thought he was going to come back. I don't know why, but I always thought he was going to come back.
Hey, they traded the house.
The house.
Every single thing that they had, they traded.
Hey, Detroit got some busts too. Detroit, the Lions got some more busts too. Charles Rogers, and Joey Harrington. I think those were back-to-back years. Man.
I forgot about Joey Harrington. Damn.
They missed on
Charles Rogers story sad as shit too. Sad story.
They missed on both of them.
Damn, cuz.
So one thing that like kind of slipped through our fingers in the news, like nobody's really talking about, is that KD COVID situation. Like, does anybody really know like how this shit went about? Like he was playing like the first half, and then they yoked him, and then like he went out and played again. This is like all before the first half, if I'm correct. And he went back out, and then they yoked him again. And
somebody was fucking up. Like it had to have been like some misinformation, because they said that he tested negative 3 times before the game, and then like he didn't. They had, and the weirdest part is that they had, each before every game you got to have your starters on the your rosters and your starters on the sheet. They had this motherfucker on starting. He didn't start the game, came in the game, and then yanked him. I don't know. That's weird.
Somebody getting fired though.
That was weird. Even he said it was weird. I mean, even the teammates was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like,
as we said,
free me.
It just look goofy, because like if he's close to somebody that tested positive, y'all let him play. What does that say for everybody else on the court?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The game been canceled at that point. That game should have been canceled when they started.
Making no sense, man.
It just seemed like it is
crazy.
Doing what they want, like just flying by, the seats.
James Harden was like, "Wait, what? What is going on?"
Yeah. Last topic. Everybody likes this little hashtag. It's cute. Courtside Karen.
Shit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Why did they shine so much light on this? I don't know. It kind of reminded me of like the topic we had on overtime. Like LeBron just tried to do like what's hip and shit.
Yeah.
Like he had to tweet about it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
It's just like everybody's like talking about Karens and shit, and like social media, like everything gets a light on Karens. Oh, Karens.
I guess my initial reaction is just more so like, sit your ass down.
Oh yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Sit the fuck down. First of all, you ain't about to. She quote unquote said that he said something disrespectful to her husband.
So what?
And she said, first things first, since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of time in any sports, if there is, you have one side versus the other. And if that side has fans and this side has fans, you're going to have a back and forth. And that's just natural in sports. You're not going to get people in the stands and them not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, shut the fuck up. You was not about to. She said that she was gonna whip LeBron James's ass.
Right.
First of all, this nigga is 9 feet 9, 6,000 pounds, and this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You gonna calm down. First of all,
cut that bitch off.
You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense.
I think she's just using LeBron. She's just trying to use LeBron to draw attention to herself. That's all.
Exactly. And then come to find out she's a blogger and she has like her own makeup videos and shit like that. So it's like the perfect opportunity. And LeBron, and who's to say
steady income?
Who's to say that LeBron? Right? Who's to say that LeBron was just more so like, you know what? Let me feed into it. Maybe I'm helping her out by even speaking on this shit. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Like,
do you think the league need to step in and like do something about fans? Or I think like this. I mean,
well, they did. They escorted her ass about it.
Yeah, but like they just made like a whole big scene about the shit. Like I think like fans and that interaction is I mean, to a certain point, it's why you pay tickets to go to the games. Like,
I mean, if you interrupt the game, if you saying shit from the stands and you know what I'm saying, you just your typical fan and saying, oh, fuck you, XYZ. But if you get to the point where you actually are interrupting the gameplay and they have to stop the game, then yeah, you got to be escorted up out of there.
Or we're gonna escort you out of there. So
I was about to say, run our test. Hey. Want that.
Y'all want y'all want.
Hey, nah. I don't want that. Nah, you ain't got the wrong one. You done got the wrong one that day. Hey, he slept, cuz though.
Yeah, I think it's good to a certain extent. Yeah, y'all need to calm that shit down because y'all really don't want to catch, But I don't think like players nowadays gonna do nothing. Unless y'all run to like Kenyon Martin, Matt Barnes, like them type dudes, they might slap y'all up.
Hey, or Isaiah Thomas if you want a Frosty.
Yeah. This nigga say he want a Frosty and shit.
The fuck?
That was funny.
Yeah. All right, y'all. This is another episode of the fifth quarter. Catch y'all on the flip. Check out our other podcast, the Flight Room Podcast, Overtime. Check out our merch. Link with us on Linktree and all that.
Link with
Instagram.
us.
Yeah.
Link with us. Link with us, please.
All right.
Link with us. Link with us, please.